So, I have a family member, well, it's my dad, who's, he has a drinking problem. He's had it. This is the same dad that, because of him being so hard with me, some 35 years ago, I did get sober. I went to Alcoholics Anonymous, and I've talked about that in many videos, but he's not been doing well for a while. He has a tumor in his brain, and he's been since 2023 having these falls, and so I assumed it was from this tumor. But his wife was saying that, no, it's not. She's been saying that for a long time, and she's right, because he's been drinking since 2023, like every day, but the problem is he's falling all the time, when he's drunk. So I'm like, are we sure it's not the tumor? And the doctor said that they don't contribute. They say it's because he's drunk. So he called me on Sunday morning, and I just gotten off work, and he's like, I need to move. My stepmom is throwing him out of the house, and I'm like, because a month ago, I'm like, I can't manage this. I mean, I don't know what to do. Like, my stepmom was sending me these pictures. He's all bruised up. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't want him to go into a nursing home, because those are not good places. Assisted livings aren't even really, you never can trust what kind of staff they have. And, somebody like my dad gets, his nose out of joint, and they'll be beating him up. And so that's like too much for me to handle. And to do that, I can't do that to him. But I'm like, that's when I got there today. He knew I was coming to pick him up, to come to a hotel in his town. And then I would take him, because there's an AA club, one that I used to go to, actually, that's in his town, and he knows where it's at. And I'm like, I'm going to take you. We're going to stay at the hotel to give my stepmom a break. And I said, I can monitor you for detox, because he's like insistent I'm not going for detox. And every time he falls and my stepmom has to call the ambulance, sometimes they won't even take him, because they're like, yeah, we can help him get back up, but there's not a need for him to be seen. And then my stepmom has called the hospital when he is there and said he needs to be admitted for detox, and they're like, we can't. And I have a feeling it's because he's saying he won't, because you can't force somebody to do detox. So he doesn't want to do detox through the hospital, and I'm like, okay, so this is your option. This is what I'll do for you. Put everything, everything is like on the line. With my job, I live paycheck to paycheck, okay? I hate my job. I hate it. It's so bad. I've talked about it. It's dangerous. And so Sunday, when this all came down, and he's like, I'm thinking he's getting thrown out on the street. This is totally unmanageable. So I called in. Then I found out I was supposed to work today because it was my holiday. And so, yeah, that didn't work out. I didn't even show up. I couldn't. I'm all the way out here. I haven't even called them back, because I've been dealing with this. So I've been, because they're trying to figure it all out, because the plan was I go pick him up, and then we'd come to the hotel, and then set up going to the meetings. I'd take him, go with him, monitor him for any withdrawal, try to get him started, that this is what you have to do if you don't want to end up in a nursing home. So, but he's drunk. He was drunk, which I kind of figured he would be. I just had no idea that he can't really walk at all when he's drunk. Like, he just falls back, even with a walker. He fell twice while I was there, hit his head. But my stepmom says he's hitting his head all the time. Then the EMS system knows him. They know it's because he gets drunk. So I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, you're sitting, you knew I was coming out today. Like, where are the bottles? So I started tearing the place apart. I found these little bottles, but who knows how long. And then my stepmom found another. Well, when he finally did tell us how he drank today, because the only time he goes to get alcohol is when my stepmom is gone, and then he takes his car to go get it, and then he hides it, like these, half pints of vodka. So he said, well, I took from the top closet And my stepmom's like, but I can barely get up there, because she knew about that liquor being up there. And she's like, so I don't know how he could. I'm like, oh no, and if an alcoholic knows there's liquor in the house, believe me, they'll find a way to get it. Well, he did. He said that's what he took from. What he did was he drank the 2 half pints and then he filled them with water. She checked him, and sure enough. So, at least we're pretty sure there's no, I mean, I pretty much tore the place apart, so I don't think there's any more in there. And so I said, okay, since you can't walk, I can't get you to the hotel. Calling 911, that's been an ongoing thing. That's not doing any good. So I said, okay, this is what we're going to do, and I don't want any bullshit about it, because once he sobers up, then he can be real stubborn and just be like, yeah, I'm not doing it. Stop telling me what to do. And it's like, okay, then, I mean, that'll just really make me livid. But that's probably how he's going to be. So I came and I got the room in his town, and he's at home sleeping, because once he sobers up, he can walk then. And knowing that there's no liquor in the house, so I'm going to go at 9 a.m. and get him and try to do this again. But he's 80 years old, you know? I mean, I don't know I don't even know if he wants to. He says when he's drunk he wants to stop. And I mean, I think he does. He just doesn't see a way possible. But, like, if your choice is between you're going to end up in a nursing home where you won't be allowed to drink anyway, then you'd think that you would really want to make this effort. Because, I mean, he's going to be thrown out. And I don't know what to do with it. And I don't want him to go in a nursing home. I would probably end up just taking him in, and then, I mean, I wouldn't be able to, work, but who knows where my job, I mean, I hate my job anyway. Like, I just been in the process of looking for a travel assignment again, because it's so dangerous, and I'm tired of having to worry about getting beat up, and, like, it's no way to live. But then there was all this. I was supposed to work, and then they left me messages. I couldn't call them. I was dealing with him being on the floor, and I just don't even, right now, I don't even care. That place treats employees so bad. I'm just like, whatever, nobody stays anyway. Nobody does. They treat people so bad. I mean, I'm talking about the administration. There's horrible people. So I'm like, I don't know. I can't see myself putting him in a nursing home either, though, because he would be the type that would mouth off, and they don't usually have good staff, and they'll beat him up. So it's like, then I'd have to just take him in, and he'd drink, and I just would have to deal with it. I don't know. I pray that maybe he'll realize that, this is it. It's because I told them, I'm like, you have fallen twice since I've been here, and you only had walked a few feet. This is unmanageable. I cannot manage this. I cannot pick you up all the time. Your wife can't. I said, this is unfair. This is bullshit. You want to sit here and complain. I mean, typical alcoholic when they're in their I said, you want to sit here, and yet you're the one that's causing all the problems because you're drinking. So, it's unmanageable, and I don't know what the answers are. All I know is that when it was 35 years ago, my dad was a hard ass with me, and now, I mean, he's always been a functioning alcoholic. I wouldn't say alcoholic, but he's always been a drinker, but he's been a functional one all his life. But now that he's older, since 2023, he's not able to manage it, and he's diabetic. He's had a quadruple bypass. He's on a ton of meds, and it's like, and it doesn't have to be this way. It totally doesn't. He doesn't have to. I mean, he's bruised from head to toe, and all because of drinking. So I don't know. I pray that he'll get this, and maybe a miracle will come upon him, and he can. Because he has a place he can go to meetings at, right, and not far, very nice people there. But I guess this is what happens. What goes around comes around, right? This was me 35 years ago, and now I'm trying to fix or help, not fix. I can't fix him, but trying to help my own dad, and he's 80 years old.